everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? If you live in New Jersey, then you are appreciating this gorgeous weather that we have that is going on. Hi, this is my first live. So I have recently crossed paths with a friend of mine that I made years ago, lost contact, bumped into just the other day at the gym, and we caught up, and I was just so surprised by all the information that I was just collecting from catching up. And, you know, I got inspired to basically get back on YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube for a while because I always thought that I needed this big production and this big like amount of team behind it with filming and editing and stuff like that. But the fact that YouTube now offers a live feature makes it so much more fun, I think. Oh, hi, there's more people. Oh, you're Prince. Oh, how are you? Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Um, I feel like the fact that YouTube is now offering live, and I'm just catching up with this again. If you remember me back in the days, just any advice, then you probably recall that I had a YouTube page that had like millions of views and millions of followers, and that YouTube channel, unfortunately, I can't get back up because it's linked to an email address that I don't have the password access to it or any recovery code. And so when my ex deleted that, or not deleted it, temporarily like had it removed, um, disabled it or whatever it's called, I just didn't get it back. So imagine like the massive demotivation of creating amazing content, backing it up with creative, directors and videographers, and then like starting from a zero account with no followers. It was like really hard to just continue to put up videos that like algorithmically just wasn't hitting because YouTube was such a different beast. And it's now, I think, been more open to its creators and allowing its creators to be seen, which has a lot to say for a creator that uses other platforms, like TikTok. TikTok is a fun place for me to create a bunch of things. China Max sent you. Oh my god. So I'm really excited for that one actually because, all right, you'll probably saw it on the live and you'll probably hear it. We'll probably talk about it some more when we do the Mac Eats. So I met China Mac 5 6 years ago on set of a movie that we were doing. I was playing an assassin killer, and I think he was playing like a drug lord. I don't know, some crazy thing. And it was a really cool action shots that we took. But whatever happened to that movie, who knows where it's at. But it was in my hometown, Newark, New Jersey, where I'm from. Big up Jersey, where you at? And what happened was um, we lost contact. I was dating a guy that just didn't want me to be friends with dudes, and so I just deleted everybody because that's just the type of person that I am. But I've learned to create boundaries. Like, people that are in my life should still be in my life, whether a new guy comes into it or not. And I realized that, like, listen, you might not understand it, but as long as I didn't fuck somebody, then they can still be my friends. You know what I mean? I don't believe in the whole, you know, ex-girlfriend and ex-boyfriend being friends. That's just no. And that could be a whole nother live that we can talk about. That could actually be a podcast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be showing face. You'll catch me. You'll catch me on the go. You'll catch me doing, going out, going red carpets, doing all these premieres, doing all these cool things. I think it's amazing. Let me see what this is. I'm not gonna lie, you and him would make a legendary couple. You know what's insane? I've been single for like 2.5 years or over 2 years, whatever. I'm bad with math. And I'm not really counting like the exact, but yeah, it's 2 years. And this is the first time I've been single, and this is the first time I've been able to do so many things that my heart has always wanted to do. And it's given me so much room to work on myself and heal. And so you're gonna get a couple of different collectives here. You're gonna get workout, you're gonna get motivation, you're gonna get knowledge, you're gonna get spirituality, you're gonna get humor, you're gonna get real deep shit. So I hope that you enjoy it. You know, it's crazy because it seems like I have a large male following, and I'm humbled by that. And I hope that you can appreciate the content that I do put out, because I am one of the boys. Like, I have so many guy friends that will call me and get advice from me, and then they thank me. So this has really nothing to do with like, oh, she's a girl, what does she know about guys? I know a lot about guys. I grew up with two brothers. All my friends are guy friends. Shit, I'm the wing woman, you know. And I used to be a big girl. I used to be a heavy, heavy, heavy girl that nobody really cared about. Nobody ever looked at. Nobody even bothered. I dove into the books, comic books, watched the movies, horror films, listened to music, hip hop, R&B, heavy metal, all that stuff. And you know, I'm 37, so my genre of music, being Latina and growing up northeast, is definitely large. So with that being said, don't let looks fool you. There's definitely a lot in these layers of me. But it's funny that you brought up, you know, China Mac and how legendary it would be as a couple. I think it's really cool, the people that see a person and understand that, like, we all deserve to have love. We all deserve companionship. And if we don't have that, that's okay. Especially if it's something that, you know, you're struggling with. I want to remind you, it's okay to be alone. You know, I don't have a boyfriend. And that's okay. People are like, oh my God, you should be married with kids by now. Says who? You know, I've tried to do all that with relationships that didn't work, that weren't fulfilling, and it led me to absolutely nowhere but heartache and pain. Of course, I'm working through navigating my emotions on how to heal. And in these last 2 years, I feel like I've done a lot of great work, and I've literally done the work. So that being said, I am open to love. I am open to being loved and loving. I am open to whatever the universe, God, creator, whatever it is you believe in, will bless me with. And I'm super happy to be able to just walk in my path and in my truth, and just remind people that it's okay to live in your path and in your truth and not worry about what other people have to say. So China Mac is an amazing, cool guy. I don't know his romantic situation. If there is a situation, y'all would know more than me. But I think he's a great guy, and I'm really happy to be able to reconnect and talk about a couple of things. Like, after we were done filming, we were planning to do the Mac Eats. He was like, yo, he's like, I want you to get off OnlyFans. You don't need to do that shit. And I'm like, but it's my main bread and butter. Like, as a recording artist, as an actress, you know, I don't get to struggle because I have my OnlyFans. Yes, I do. Um, I did a whole video on YouTube actually about it when I created my OnlyFans, and I don't want to have that forever. And again, it's not bad. Back in the day, I did glamour modeling, so I'm very familiar with how to create art and beauty with the feminine body. And I hire photographers and videographers, and we create dope ass content. And my OnlyFans is really where you get to really chat with me live. You ask me a question. I really invest a lot of hours on my OnlyFans because I make the most money there. I take care of my mom, my father, and my dog, and myself. It's a lot. And I take care of their bills too. So, you know, my OnlyFans has allowed me to be able to still be creative and not stress. You know, if you want to check it out, you can definitely go there. It's onlyfans.com/Jessenia, Jessenia. I promise you that you'll love it, and I promise you that we'll definitely dive into more deeper connection, chatting one to one versus, you know, trying to get me through the DMs, because that's really hard to get me, like, on Instagram. It's impossible. Let me see. 47, a whittler. And I am, oh, hold on. And I'm open to love and be loved as well. I'm also model, actor. Oh, New Brunswick. Okay. So it's crazy. New Brunswick's not that far from me. It's like 30, 40 minutes. If you're from New Jersey, then you know that that's not far. Everything's that amount of time. Just sending my advice. I miss you. Oh, I see Brooklyn. First of all, how are you doing? I know that there was this crazy shooting in Brooklyn in the subway. I was supposed to go into New York. It's kind of interesting how everything happens. I was supposed to go into New York to go to Brooklyn, and I ended up not going. I ended up going to my actual scheduled doctor's appointment in Elizabeth. And then after that, I was like, let me just go to the gym. And that's so funny because who knows what would have happened if I would have been out there, whether I would have been exposed to it, in it, or dealt with the aftermath of it. But I didn't have to. Instead, I decided to stay and work out and stay in Elizabeth, and somehow I crossed paths with China Mac. And somehow he is telling me, I'm going to help you get off of this OnlyFans so you don't have to do this, so that you can be a creator full time and make money as a creator. And I do make money as a creator, don't get me wrong. I do get paid campaigns, I do get paid posts, but they come far and in between, you know. So I gave up my nursing LPN work at the psychiatric ER for almost 5 years ago to do this full time. And I was rocking and rolling before the pandemic. And then pandemic happened, and it really fucked me up. It fucked the whole world up. And towards the middle end of the pandemic, I was really going through a lot of my money and worried because no money's coming in, all this money's coming out. So I leaned towards OnlyFans to pretty much bring Jasenia Vice back. So all the sexy content that Jasenia Vice used to create, that's my alter ego, all those gorgeous photos, you can find them on OnlyFans. I create them once a month. They're all brand new, exclusive there. You won't find them anywhere else. But let's see. I'm like, where are the comments? Oh, here it goes. Wow. So many people are leaving messages, and now I'm going to see it. Hold on. Oh, so when is Mac Eats happening? So we already arranged to link up. We're going to link up later today. And I'm excited because when I go off on like cheat dates, like I go off. Like I work out. People are always like, where does the food go? On my day-to-day, I do eat a lot. But like I don't eat bad foods all day. We're supposed to be eating like messy foods. And I thought that was ironic because I used to get teased as a kid, even though I was never messy. But because my name is Jessie, well, Jasenia, people will be like, Messy Jessie. I'm like, oh my God, can you be more creative than that? Because I'm probably the most hygienic, cleanest person on the planet. But in this episode that we're going to link up and we were talking about, it seems like messy is where it's at. No judgment. And honestly, I'm going to give 0 fucks given. I'm going to dive into my food for sure. So keep your eyes open for that. Well, I think you're going to have to tune into that episode and see if I out-eat China Mac. We made a bet. I made a bet because I know I out-eat all my boys. Like, I swear to God. Like, we'll go out to eat. They big us up. They're like, yo, they got these ribs here, you know, so delicious, blah, blah, blah. They're like 3 ribs in and, like, they're full. And I'm, like, finishing, like, 8 big-ass ribs. So, trust me, like, and then I eat the rest of their ribs. So, it's like crazy. And I feel like this is why. I feel like a lot of guys will like fill up with beer or fill up with like soda, and like I'm like, just give me the food, I'm hungry. Like I didn't come here to fill myself up and then be hungry again. Like I want to eat and I don't want to be hungry again. So $1,000 if I out eat him, which I'm very sure I will, I'll be getting $1,000. But if I don't out eat him, then I'll pay him $1,000. It's totally fine. I have the money. But yeah, so let's talk about some NFTs real quick before I close out this live. I'm creating an NFT. I am. And not 1, but 2. And I've been very involved in the NFT world for the last 1.5 years, actually. Before it became an exposed thing, which was just a couple months ago, in the community, in the Discord world, there was a lot of talk about it. And I know it's a lot to wrap your mind around it, but just like the internet was a lot to wrap around, like, oh, social media, it's gonna die. No, it's not dying. There's always new things that are evolving and adapting and growing. So NFTs, definitely jump on it. I would definitely let y'all know when my Discord community is up and running, so that way you know exactly where to find it. Keep your eyes open for that. But I'm really excited because one's very empowering and the other one is very inspiring. So both are fucking hot as hell though. They're dope, they're fire. I can't say much because I signed an NDA, even though it's my own idea, but I signed an NDA and everybody else I had signed an NDA, so somebody can talk shit about it. I can't technically talk anymore until I'm ready to talk about it. Okay, right. Let me see if there's any other stuff in the comments. Can you also do vlogs? I'm so excited to watch you guys together again. You know what? That would be really awesome. Like, give me some ideas of what you think I should create. So, obviously, like, y'all know that I like to work out. I love to... Okay, so here's my goal, guys. Here's my goal. I'm not going to pretend that, like, I'm broke, because once upon a time, I was. I was just making ends meet. I was working full-time at the hospital. I was paying my student loans. I was taking care of a car note, helping my parents with their mortgage, helping my own, like, it was just a lot. So I was like, worked so hard and not smart, but I was still juggling everything, my career, my dreams, and my life. And I was really broke. So I know what broke is. But because I know what broke is, like, I'm super scared of not being able to make money and be broke again, because I have so much that people rely on me on. So I, of course, am leaning on my OnlyFans, and my OnlyFans has been, it's changed my life completely. But I definitely want to, like, stream away from it. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys. What do you want to see me create more of? Now, as a woman, like, think of me as, like, one of the boys. Think of me as your friend. Think of me as, like, don't just look at me as a girl and think she's hot, because, yeah, I know I am. But there's just so much that my brain can, like, caliber and can discuss. So if you have topic or ideas, like, please, like, shit, did I save that feature of people could see comments? Damn it, I hope I did. All right, this is my first live, so hopefully, but let me know. I have a podcast. If you haven't heard it, it's called The Girl Talks. It's a girl that talks. Should I make the podcast a visual podcast and not just audio? I did it purposely on audio because I didn't want people to ever, like, get distracted by my looks. And I didn't want to ever focus and worry about my looks. So literally, like, I could be, in a face mask, my hair wet, in my robe, and nobody knows that I'm looking crazy, because they only care about my voice and my thoughts. And it's been very successful. Like, my last episode, in the first hour, got 3,000 downloads. So I've been able to create a nice following solely on just my voice. But would you guys appreciate seeing video as well as hearing it somewhere? My podcast. I feel like fitness, I love fitness. Fitness has saved my life. But I feel like that, like, how can I work out in my shed or at Planet Fitness. I don't know how that's going to be interesting. How can I make that interesting? I love food and I love to cook. Sadly, but not sadly, I live in a studio apartment, okay? I got this apartment built from scratch. I moved back in with my parents after my abusive relationship ended many years ago. I helped with their mortgage, took care of all of it, and their expenses. But as I got older, I was like, bro, I can't just be living here and pay like $3,000 a month just to be in a room and living with my parents, especially as I got older. So I invested in creating the attic into an apartment. Now, for safety purposes, there is no electrical or gas oven. It's just a stovetop. So I can make the basics. I make my egg toast avocado, I make my scrambled eggs, I make my omelets. I do make my ramen soup because I figured out how to do it. And I do other things here and there, mostly fresh stuff, fruit, vegetable shake stuff. My goal, what I was trying to get at, is to move out of this house, Airbnb my room, so that I could still take care of my parents and their mortgage, because they don't pay for anything. They're retired. They're in their 70s. Let's just say America was not the land of opportunity. It really raped them when the economical crash happened back in the 2000s. But luckily for them, they had kids that took care of them and helped them. So my goal is to get out of this studio and actually get an apartment that has a kitchen, with a kitchen aisle that I can film the cooking content that I really so badly want to cook. And not just cook content, but also then watch me eat it, because I'm so big on ASMR. I love those videos, and I started creating that type of content, and I saw everybody jump on it, and I started creating this content like 6 years ago. I just stopped because I was like, people don't understand what I'm trying to do. Like, people don't understand. And then now I see people do it, and I'm like, fuck, you know? So give me an idea. Like, what do you think I should do? Vlogs? That'll be fun and easy. You'll probably see me with guys because, like I said, I have a lot of guy friends. But, you know, I think that'd be cooler because you'll see me in my essence. I don't know. Let's look at some ideas. Let's look at some ideas what you're trying to say. Let's see. From Cali and spent like 3 years in Jersey. Couldn't deal with the weather. Well, I'm a Jersey girl, born, raised, and I love Jersey. I love all of its seasons, of course. I don't like it when it's brick cold and it hurts because I know it's so cold and my eye starts to water for no reason. Like, it's watering because it's that cold outside. But this is where my family's at, you know? This is where my recording studio is at. This is where my other friends that are creators are at. The beautiful thing is that I can work anywhere. But I definitely want to stay in New Jersey for the time being. So yeah, I want to move out of this so that I can take care of my parents with their mortgage and still pay my rent and not have to stress out about it, you know? So I need to come up with something. I know that I'm working with a company that's going to help me set up my Twitch. What are your thoughts about Twitch? What are your thoughts about Twitch? What should I do on Twitch? God, it's like all these different platforms. And does anybody know anybody at Facebook? Because Facebook like owes me a lot of money. I was going ham. This is why I'm discouraged. Like, I'm scared because like every time I go ham on something and like money's being made and somehow money's being withheld, and then I'm like, oh my god. So long story short, I was working with the management team back in May. They've been working with me since they were working with me in May of last year. Long story short, they were doing like this cross promoting, and that was allowing my page to grow, but also help all of us to make a lot of money. By a lot of money, they took a lot of money from me, and they were only paying me $2,000 people. Long story short, I was robbed. I was robbed by these people. I was robbed like not a couple of thousands. It was like 100,000, a little over it, and it hurt. But I was like, all right, this is money that I didn't have physically with me. I earned it. I busted my ass for it. That robbed me because I was literally content with getting paid 2-3 grand a month, but realizing that they were making all this money off of me, like, oh my god, I felt robbed and taken advantage of. So I decided to cut them out and release them, and they were very angry. They did not like it. They wanted to stay, and I didn't know that these fuckers had removed me from my financial admin. So the good thing is I removed them as my administrator of my Facebook page. But the bad thing is that they didn't want to remove themselves. I couldn't remove them from my financial admin because they had already done that prior to unaware of that part. So for almost a year, I have not been able to do anything really with that page because I'm still in the process of like, I finally figured out that they are the ones behind all this because Facebook finally told me after going back and forth with tech support forever. And they were like, okay, well, the people that are listed as the financial admin to your page is XYZ. And I'm like, these motherfuckers have been playing dumb, denying it, saying that they don't know. But now there's proof. Facebook just told me. So now these people are trying to make right. I'm supposed to wait a week. They're going to try to fix it. Let's pray to God that it does get fixed. I'm scared though, because I do have a new wave of money that was pending. And I'm scared that if once... I'm scared that that money's going to go to them. The new wave of money. And it really should be going to me. So I really need to know somebody at Facebook. Does anybody know at Facebook that could help me? Like a human being at higher up that can help me? Also, apparently everybody's making money on Reels on Instagram, and I have videos that have like 1.7 million, 300,000 views, and I'm not making any money on Reels on Instagram. I was never invited to make bonuses on Reels. Does anybody know on Instagram how to make money on Instagram? Like, it's so wild to me. It's so wild to me. This is why I'm here at YouTube. I'm here at YouTube because I know that at least I do get a few checks because of the money that I do get to collect from the content that I have already created. It's not a lot. It's probably like $200. But shit, that my card note's 400. So there you go. But anyway, let's brainstorm. Give me some ideas. I'm open to hear stuff. I'm really, really open. I can't believe how vulnerable I got into this live. Holy shit. But yeah, let me see. Are there any? Vlogs every day. Promote products. Okay. Yeah, let's think. Now, the good thing, like I said, I don't want you to think I'm broke because I'm not. I just don't ever want to be broke. I was once upon a time. I don't ever want to be that. I appreciate like the intimacy that we're developing here right now, and I appreciate you guys wanting to help me with some awesome ideas. Yeah, I think that I have like this huge wheel that's like turning in my mind, and I'm trying to figure out like what next. But I guess I'll just go live every day and make vlogs. The problem is like I don't go out every day, and I'm literally here in my apartment. And I know that if I had a doper place, not to say my place ain't dope, because my place is dope, let's just be real. Okay, I made a beautiful home into the studio apartment. But what I mean is like if I had like a wider, more natural light, more space, I could like do an array of different things and possibly like be closer to more stuff because where I live it's very like residential. There's not much happening. I'd have to get to a car and drive it. So if I lived like if I were to go to Jersey City or Hoboken, there's a bunch of places I could go and check to eat, to visit, you know, to do, jump on the train and go into the city like 5-10 minutes, and like that would be so dope and so cool. Like I wouldn't even need my car. And the reason why my car is that much is because that's it's an SUV. I do a lot of shopping for my mom and my dad, groceries, and so I just include myself. I need a big car. I also feel safer driving an SUV. Like I used to drive a sedan. I've been in so many car accidents, not caused by me, and it fucked me up a lot. So being in a bigger car just changed my life, and just I don't know. Now I see when a motherfucker's trying to crash into me, I'm like, no, repel. But yeah, let's see. Oh, Piscataway is so far from me. Hey, Anthony. I'm trying to brainstorm right now on like what I should be creating on YouTube because my boy China Mac, I bumped into him and like he was telling me how dope YouTube is and how I shouldn't be sleeping on it. And because of my Facebook situation, which you already know, I'm still working on that. And I don't make any money on Instagram unless I'm working with the brand. Which shout out to Yave for giving me a nice check, for allowing me to be creative with whatever the fuck I wanted to do with the concept, and allowing me to be in my truth. Because first of all, I love tequila; it's a probiotic, and second of all, I love that brand not just because my friend Johnny Marines put me onto it, but because it actually is delicious. And it's beautiful to be able to work with brands that you like and enjoy and believe in, and it helps you with your life. so yeah, so brainstorming. Should I bring my podcast to a video format as well? Should I do fitness? Like what about the fitness? Because I do have a 30 days to self-love fitness program, and that's going to be released soon. I just don't know if you guys would really be interested in hey, how do you develop your back? How do you develop your arms? How do you develop your legs? How do you develop your core? Plus, I'm also a little out of commission because I just got my boobs redone. So, for those that don't know, I had two breasts. What is that? Well, I did a whole vlog about it. It's basically a genetic deformity, yada yada yada. 5 surgeries, now I'm finally done, and I'm happy with them. They're healing. They're healing. That's all I can show right now. They're healing. So I can't really work out. But I want to cook. I want to cook. And would y'all be interested in seeing me basically be like a what's an Anthony Bourdain? Would you? Because I love Anthony Bourdain. Rest his soul, rest in peace. What I loved about him is how he loved diving into culture and meeting the people. Obviously, there's going to be a little hard to find that here in New Jersey and in New York in terms of, you know, leaving the United States. But I kind of think it should start somewhere and maybe grow. Because I already do travel influencing work where hotels fly me to go do content for them. So maybe one day this can become something. I don't know. I think that'd be really interesting. I'm thinking. Or maybe go to a place, learn how to make the meal and eat it. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I can do for you guys and girls, because I'm sure some girls are watching this. Don't be shy, ladies. Please entertain us in conversation. So in terms of like, you could do anything on Twitch. There's a girl that makes pizza all day. Oh, she makes pizza all day? Okay, so Twitch, I can do whatever the hell I want. Instagram, sell my fitness program, which I am selling it. It's not going to be a lot of money though, trust me. I just really want people to like learn what I've learned with how important it is to love yourself and how world of a difference that makes with your fitness journey. But YouTube, all right, we have to focus on YouTube. What are we going to do with YouTube? That's the focus. All right, I'm going to brainstorm this. I'm happy to know that Twitch I could do anything. I'm going to brainstorm on YouTube. But I love you all. And thank you for being with me for this half hour.